Well, a police investigation has closed down a stretch of a Hamilton area highway. CB24's Beatrice Faisman is live at the scene now with the latest on this investigation. Beatrice, it sounds like there's a couple of different sort of police services investigating this. Can you help us sort of sort through what's gone on now?
Absolutely. So it's the Burlington detachment from the Ontario Provincial Police, Nick, that has kind of taken the lead on this investigation. The reason being it happened along Highway 6, which is under their jurisdiction. But Hamilton police were here earlier this morning, too. It happened around 5 o'clock this morning, and it was Hamilton paramedics who transported two young women in their early 20s to hospital. Both of them went to trauma center. One's got critical injuries. The second has serious injuries. I asked the superintendent with Hamilton paramedics if their injuries were consistent with gunshot wounds. He would not elaborate, saying he needed to respect the investigation by the OPP. But again, this happened around 5 o'clock this morning. When it comes to what neighbors are saying, Nick, I've had a chance to do a bit of canvassing here along this stretch of Highway 6, and I'm hearing different things from neighbors. The further away from the scene you go, the less people actually heard first responders arriving. One gentleman I talked to saying he actually was alerted to the fact that something happened on Highway 6 just because he heard pure silence. It's a busy artery, typically lots of cars and trucks along this stretch of road. So when he didn't hear that, he came out to see what happened. Another neighbor I talked to also said he woke up around 5 o'clock when his dog started barking and then looked out the window and saw all of the fire trucks and first responders arriving here to the scene. Let me get out of the way just so we can show you a closer look at the actual scene, because it's way down closer towards Millgrove there, towards Concession Road 6. There's a number of evidence markers that police have laid out on the street. Forensic investigators are here at the scene. Closer to where those evidence markers are, it seems that's where this situation first started, Nick. At this point, police have not said outright that it was a shooting, but a few minutes ago I actually spoke to one young man here who lives along the stretch of Highway 6. He told me he heard a succession of sounds. Initially, he thought maybe it was a car that was kind of making those backfiring sounds, but then realized later it was very likely gunshots associated with this very incident. And there's a black Honda sedan parked here along Highway 6, closer to Concession Road 5. You can see a green tarp covering part of that vehicle. It seems as though the front driver's side window has been blown out. So that would kind of go part and parcel with the theory that this was possibly a shooting and that possibly this front window was blown out in the midst of gunfire. So still a lot of unanswered questions. We're hoping that at some point this afternoon, the OPP will actually come out and give us some information, because this major artery, Highway 6 here in Flamborough, remains closed for this investigation. But again, two women, one in critical condition, a second in serious condition, both of them in their early 20s, Nick, still in hospital after this situation here this morning.
Okay, Beatrice Faisman filling in at least a few more blanks for us this afternoon in Flamborough. Thanks, Beatrice.